Real Madrid and Manchester City produced a fascinating match. So let's break down the tactical side of this game in detail. The key element for Guardiola was the left-back O'Reilly, who played a crucial role throughout the match. In City's possession phases, O'Reilly constantly pushed higher, operated in the half space, applied pressure, and attacked depth. Just like in this moment in the 6th minute, where he receives a pass from the left winger, drives into the box and sends a low cross, but a Real Madrid defender gets to the ball first. Real Madrid outlined their game plan from the very first minutes, a mid-low block and full reliance on counterattacks. And right after this City attack, that's exactly what happened. A pass to Vinicius Jr., who drops deeper and one-touches the ball to the opposite flank. Rodrigo drives a 3-versus-3 counterattack and delivers a brilliant ball to the far post, where Vinicius makes a run but just gets closed down on time. By the 7th minute, both teams had already exchanged dangerous chances, which added even more intensity and intrigue to how this match would unfold. O'Reilly's role was extremely important. Real defended in a 4-4-2 shape. Valverde, who acted as the right fullback, stayed very close to City's winger, Jeremy Doku. This often created huge gaps between the right back and the right center back, in some moments up to almost 20 meters. One of Real Madrid's holding midfielders had to cover this zone, as we can see in this episode. But the attack didn't succeed, and instead, Real Madrid scored. After City's unsuccessful attack and a 1-duel against Bernardo Silva, we see how Carreras uses his body well to protect the ball, wins it, and plays the pass forward. Man City doesn't manage to reorganize defensively. Massive gaps appear in the center of the pitch. The holding zone practically disappears. There's a back line, but no real midfield presence. Real easily progress the attack, find free space on the flanks, and Rodrigo cuts inside and shoots from a not-so-comfortable position. It might even have been a driven cross, but it ends up as a perfect strike and a goal. A big mistake from Donnarumma here, who, in my opinion, as a tall goalkeeper, struggles to quickly react to low shots, get down fast, and parry with his hands. That's exactly what this moment showed. This aspect of the game is not his strength. It's a common problem among very tall keepers. And Real Madrid take the lead, but Manchester City were just as ready to play on the counter. After set pieces and defensive actions, Donnarumma immediately looked forward to launch transitions. And O'Reilly again played a crucial role, pushing forward to speed up counters, arrive into finishing zones, and support his teammates. We see O'Reilly sprinting past real players with incredible pace, attacking depth, receiving the ball, and delivering a precise cross to Erling Haaland. Manchester City have 2 huge chances here. Haaland's first shot is saved by Courtois, and then Cherki's attempt is also saved. Courtois performs at his usual top level and keeps Real in the match. Thanks to him, Real had the confidence and stability to stay in the game and potentially win it. As I mentioned, Real mostly sat in a mid-low block, applying little pressure on the ball and generally allowing City to dominate possession, especially in the first half. Very often City's left winger came inside, as in this episode, and attacked depth from a deeper, making it much harder to track. He attacked the same corridor between the right back and right center back, a space that kept appearing because Valverde was very concerned with protecting width. These gaps opened repeatedly. Here we see Doku receiving the ball with no pressure. He had enough time, and with a better first touch towards the box, this could have led to a much more dangerous situation. It wasn't only Doku attacking depth from central zones. The left-back O'Reilly could drift into those areas too. And already in the 13th minute, we see an almost identical situation. O'Reilly attacking depth from the exact same pocket, with zero pressure on the ball in the same wide corridor between Real's defenders. The patterns remained the same. Only the players rotated. City's structure was consistent. Most of the time, City's left-back operated in the half space, leaving width for the winger. And because Rodrigo, Real's right winger, often tracked the left-back, City frequently had opportunities to attack depth, as Rodrigo couldn't always follow those runs quickly enough. Not every pass reached the target, but the positional rotations were constant. For example, in this moment in the 23rd minute, Doku is now inside in the half space, while O'Reilly holds the wide position. When Doku receives the ball in midfield, O'Reilly attacks depth again, this time from a wide starting position into the half space zone. Rodrigo was responsible for tracking O'Reilly, while Valverde followed Doku and pushed higher into midfield with him. But this level of activity and persistence from Manchester City's left flank simply had to show itself. And that's exactly what happened in the 40th minute. Very often, Real Madrid defended against Jeremy Doku, City's left winger, with two players at once. But as I've said many times on this channel, you can check my older videos, Jeremy Doku is a top-tier winger, one of the best in the world, if not the best. He can comfortably beat two players and still make a decisive pass. Because two Real Madrid players fully committed to stopping Doku, they completely abandoned the half space, leaving O'Reilly, City's left back, absolutely free. Doku is more than capable of finding that pass, and that's exactly what happens in this 40th minute episode. O'Reilly receives the ball and sends a cross into the box. And here we see a key moment, the duel between Rudiger and Haaland. Rudiger grabs Haaland, drags him to the ground. A clear penalty. And episodes like this with O'Reilly had happened multiple times. Here's another one. Again, two real players try to contain Doku. One of them gets completely removed from the play, easily dribbled past, and once again O'Reilly's totally free in the half space, though in this moment the pass didn't go through. As for the penalty, after a VAR check, the referee awards it, and Erling Haaland calmly converts. O'Reilly also played a decisive role in the first goal. The goal came from a corner. If we look at Real Madrid's setup, around the penalty spot, we see a clear 1-versus-1 marking duel. Jude Bellingham versus Joško Gvardiol. The delivery goes straight to Gvardiol, and Bellingham loses the aerial duel. Despite being tall, physically strong, and having great jumping ability, he loses it without offering much resistance. And second, look at O'Reilly's reaction. He sees Gvardiol heading the ball, and watch how he lowers his body just in time so he doesn't block the shot or interfere with it. Phenomenal awareness. And right after that, the rebound is finished. Wow. This is the player who defined the match today. He won the penalty, he scored the goal, Guardiola made him the key figure in this game, and O'Reilly proved him absolutely right. A fantastic performance. Without doubt, the man of the match. But Real Madrid also had their chances from corners. Arda Güler took a corner in the 85th minute. Manchester City defended zonally, with many players standing inside their own 6-yard box. Only one player defended man-to-man, Bernardo Silva against Tchouaméni. Just one personal matchup. Yes, Tchouaméni is indeed one of Real's biggest threats in such situations. But again, it's Bernardo Silva marking him, who is not exactly the most physically imposing player. The cross goes to the far post. First, Donnarumma can't reach it. Second, Vinicius Jr. should have easily scored into an empty net that no one was defending. Vinicius really let Real down here. Very unfortunate miss. Perhaps lacked the finishing precision. And just look at Real's bench. Look at Mbappe standing up, absolutely shocked at how that chance wasn't scored. That freeze frame of Mbappe's reaction says it all. I think Mbappe scores that 100%. That's just my opinion. And Xabi Alonso is equally stunned. He can't comprehend how that wasn't a goal. Real also had more moments inside the box. City's defending in the final third was problematic. In the 77th minute, Rodrigo unbalances his marker, crosses into the box, and once again, as I've said in many of my videos, you cannot defend from behind the attacker. That's exactly what the City defender did here, and Vinicius gets his shot off. In the 85th minute, no one at all tracks Endrick. He stands between the two center backs inside the box, completely free. No one closes him down, no marking. So of course, Endrick reaches the ball first, jumps, heads it, and Donnarumma makes a save. City's defending and finishing zones was quite problematic throughout the match. And the last attack, with time running out and Real needing a goal, they pushed everyone forward, which was completely logical. They launched the ball ahead. And here's another interesting detail. Look how many City players drop deep into the defensive line, but absolutely no one is ready to contest the second ball. The entire rebound zone belongs to Real Madrid. That's very poor from City defensively and from a game management standpoint. Also, look at this header backwards from a City defender, which essentially gifts real possession inside City's penalty area, allowing them to attempt a cross or cutback, though it doesn't lead to a goal. In total, a very interesting match from both teams. Here is the league table after 6 rounds of the Champions League. Manchester City are currently 4th, Real Madrid are 7th, and there's no real doubt that both will qualify. The only question is, from which position? Will it be the round of 16 or the round of 32? I think City will definitely make the round of 16. Real Madrid will have a tougher path, especially considering their injuries. Leave a like, share your thoughts on the match in the comments, and subscribe for more tactical and analytical football content. And right now I'm working on a full analysis of Hansi Flick's Barcelona game model. Subscribe so you don't miss it.